Hello everyone, it's Dr. A. I'm here on location at the Visitor Center at Fort Matanzas National Monument, close to St. Augustine. I'm showing the Visitor Center because if you want to go over to the fort, you have to take a ferry, and they're free. The ferry boat tickets are free, but you have to get here on time. In other words, there's a line. Get here early, and because once they sell out, you can't get over there. So let's talk about the history of the fort. I'll show some of it, of course, when I get over there, but I'll show you. I can pan down here, and you can kind of see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can walk closer, but let me just a little bit of the history. The fort itself was really built in order to guard the southern part of the entrance into what would be St. Augustine eventually. The French and the Spanish hotly contested battle in the New World in very early period. The British aren't even involved yet. So by 1565, the French had a small colony started up close to Tallahassee, Fort Caroline. It was at the mouth of the St. Johns River. And the Spanish heard about it, and they sent a force up there led by, well, actually, Catholic Philip, the king, was really the one who wanted to have it done. And he sent up a force to destroy them. They did kill all the men, and they sent the women to Cuba. Actually, it's a little bit later they go to Cuba, but by 1565, this was, a new battle zone. They were worried about protecting their trade route for their gold ships and their silver ships, of course. What they learned was that the French had sent an expedition down south, and they had shipwrecked. And so the Spanish came down to meet them from St. Augustine. The story always went that Pedro Menendez had promised them safe passage across the inlet. There is an inlet here. And instead of doing that, he slaughtered all of them. Then an additional force was sent down, and they too were slaughtered by the Spanish here at this point. Matanzas means slaughter, and that's what this place is called, the Matanzas Inlet, Slaughter Inlet. As we cross over, it's a small fort. I'm going to be on the ferry. I probably won't be talking. They'll probably be giving the tour. Let me walk down here a little bit, kind of show you what it looks like. There it is. And if I pan over here, you can see the boats. See over there. I'm outside the fort. Everybody's rushing in there. It was on the ship, the boat. As you can see, this is watchtower construction. The Spanish put it in, and it wasn't, I know I said in another portion of this video, it was Tallahassee that the French were at. I was wrong. It was Jacksonville. Sorry. Sometimes I misspeak. But anyway, I'm always the first to admit when I'm wrong. But you can see the job of the people who were stationed here would have been to watch. And they're watching for invaders like the British. Specifically, I think they engaged them once here in 1742, if I remember correctly. It's coquina construction. If you've seen any of my other fort videos, it's very similar design. These are round towers, so that they have a defense position. The only thing that's really different here is it's predominantly that top portion of the fort that's important. The officer would have been here and probably about 6 soldiers. So it was enough to defend the mouth of this is the Matanzas River. This is the other side of the fort. You can see up here the watchtower Argentina. I should show this in another video. When I did Castillo de San Marcos, it would be the fort that was north of here where these soldiers would have come from. When they were stationed here, they came down here and they had to do a 30-day rotation. Would have been pretty lonely out here, I would imagine. But there's the window for the soldiers' room, and then there's the window for the captain's room. You would have super windy here today. I'm sure you can hear it.
But there's, have you been to the plantation? That's part of the Telecom Preserve in Jacksonville. There's
It would have been packed. 6 people in here? Well, I guess not all of them are here at the same time.
Somebody gotta be standing and watch.
So that was the, as you heard May talking to Randog, that's where the soldiers slept. And these cannons would have been sufficient to protect the mouth of the inlet. Anybody coming in here would be right in their range.
This is part of the park.